Greetings, Boricua beings, and welcome back to Line 99. Oh man, I almost said Zero Time Dilemma. I have not played this game for almost 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. It's been a while. I've been really busy and it's been hot, so I've been uploading my ZTD backlog. I had a bunch of ZTD recorded. So I'm finally gonna get back to this game. I really, really like ZTD, but 999 will always have a special place in my heart. And so I think last time we left off, we were with Junpei, Lotus, Akane, or June as they call her, and Santa. And we were in the kitchen and we were looking around, and then last thing, what happened? I think we opened a door and then we heard something. Something like that. I think I left it off at like a cliffhanger actually. So, yeah. Okay. Let's continue on, guys. I'm so excited to get back to recording this. Oh, that means I have to do voice acting. And Piccolo is not with me, unfortunately. I've just been so lazy to be changing my pitch of my voice. Especially because I don't have the full... Like, if I had the other guys in this part of the game, I would be doing it. But because it's just Junpei and Santa, I'm like, I don't need to change my voice. Okay. Man, voice acting time. When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had only recently come through was closed. Oh, they're in the freezer! Oh no! And it closed! She's like, oh my gosh. Junpei rushed to the door. Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob. It looks frozen shut, dude! Ow! It was cold. Beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful. The doorknob had been frozen solid. Oh no! They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. That's not good. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door. Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door! She wasted no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on? The door won't open! Try opening it from that side. Please! Fine. If you say so. Hold on. Soon, they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Having a baby over there? I'm kidding. Then the grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting, as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out. We're freezing in here, especially these guys. Him, especially. Damn it. Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies. Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents. Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Yeah, you're right. let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right. They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Now this is definitely life or death. Oh great, I just licked my microphone. Oops. That's the problem with using a headset, but I do use the headset for all my LPs. If I'm doing like actual voice acting, I will use my microphone, but for this purpose, I use a headset, in case you guys were curious. Alright, what should we look in? Here? Dry ice. Dry ice? Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode? Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas. Okay? Huh. Oh, I didn't expect that. Interrupting the search already. Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeve so as to avoid burning himself. Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, it is. I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again. Hell if I know. How's that gonna help us anyway? Well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here. They were about to move on when June spoke up. Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. How do you people know this? Nerds. I'm kidding. I love nerds. I think I'm kind of a nerd sometimes, so no judgment. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid. Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded. How do you know that? Despite my looks, I'm the queen. Oh, she said clean. What? I thought I was reading that wrong. What? I'm the clean, the queen of random knowledge. Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. What? She can't talk? What is going on? I'm already stumbling my own... Like, I can't talk today, as usual. And now they go and make it harder for me? What is this? Argomorph. Oh, okay. I don't have that excuse. I've been hearing Spanish a lot the past few days, so it's almost like my accent became thicker all of a sudden. Oh boy. Trying to voice act when your accent's acting up is not fun. Okay. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb? Yep. That's right. You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you? June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself. Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. I would not take time to talk like this if I were in your situation. Junpei, however, was not in a mood to discuss science. Thank you. Oh, man. I have this feeling, as much as I want to get out of here, that maybe we should hear about this. What do I do? You know what? Alright. It did seem rather odd to Junpei, and he couldn't help but think about it. June answered. But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure, it won't turn into a liquid, right? That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating, and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
June replied with an answer that stunned both of them. There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Hmm?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah. Well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees? I think we get it. You don't need to keep repeating it. Junpei was cold as hell, but this was too interesting to ignore. If it was 98 degrees, I would have laughed so hard. I used to love that boy band. He did his best to warm up by rubbing his arms and stamping his feet, then put the question to June. So, what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
This game makes you wonder what's real and what's not.
I don't know, man. I really don't believe it exists, but you never know.
Wait, hold up. So, is this thing called Ice 9? Or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you can think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right?
That's true.
But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yep.
She wasn't finished. Of course she isn't.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it, and did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920,
some glycerin that was en route to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Naturally, scientists worldwide wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and began asking for samples of the seed. A seed is, of course, a sample of the original crystallized substance. With the seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be a simple matter. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, nearby samples did as well. It didn't end there. After that day, all glycerin in the world began to crystallize naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun,
it was almost like, how do I put it? It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense.
Junpei was honestly impressed, was kind of annoyed. I'm a little annoyed because I want to get the heck out of this freezer, but that is pretty interesting, so okay. Was honestly impressed. It was in fact a pretty interesting story. Wow, that's pretty interesting. But What does that have to do with Ice 9? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Like, okay, stop showing off how smart you are, Akane. Or June. Keep calling her Akane. To his surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered. What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean. A lot like... That would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees... Man. It'd be the end of the world. Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern. At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick. He was right. Junpei shivered. Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. Seriously. I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I frickin' hate the cold. So, let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here. Okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. Enough of story time. Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him. Selfish, isn't he? Thought Junpei to himself. Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their search. We just started our search. The story of Ice 9 had him interested, but there'd be time to think about that once they got out of the freezer. Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Hello? I was not facing that way. Alright. There's water dripping from this pipe. It looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm. No luck. It's too hard, I can't break it. There's too much mist to see what's going on over at the other end. Hey Junpei, didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? Okay, I see where you're going with this. I didn't even get to finish looking around. Anything else in here we can use? Frozen chicken? Why did we pick this up and we didn't pick up anything else?
It's really hard. It's frozen stiff.
Oh no! Junpei, I was trying not to think in the gutter! Why? Pervert. Hey June, can you say that again? Say it again.
It's really hard?
Again.
It's really hard.
Thanks. What the hell? I can't believe he just did that. Oh my god. I should name this episode It's Really Hard. No. No. Oh gosh, okay. Bad Binks. Junpei started it. Something wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red. Nothing. I'm fine.
If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer.
Yeah, good point. Maybe we can use it to break something. Okay. I don't think we can break the glass like he said, though. Let's see, what do we have here? This thing's frozen solid. This pork? Yeah, seems like it. What's this thing? It looked like a tag or something. Chunk of pork? What is that?
Jumpy, is there a slip of paper in that meat?
I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it'll probably rip. You need to defrost that. Don't think we're gonna be doing that in this room. True.
Okay, anything else?
Everything's frozen in here.
It doesn't look like there's anything else interesting.
Okay, so I don't have to search there. What about this bottom thing? Oh. Water bottle, huh? A water bottle.
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have an idea. What is this? Sturdy rope.
It's a rope.
Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I guess. Okay, anything else? Anything else here that looks useful? Okay, thank you for telling me, game. I really appreciate it. Is there really nothing else? Huh, okay. Alright, so... There's ice thrown in the doorknob. Oh, he said something about... Oh, how do I play this? What's this? Oh, whetstone. Can we combine the dry ice? No? Oh no, I have to put the... Hold on. I have the water bottle? Okay. There's warm water flowing from the pipe. How do I get it? I have the water bottle. Okay, I guess I had to click on the door. Whatever. Let's start by putting the dry ice into the water bottle. I tried that. But the dry ice is too big. Well, you gotta figure out a way to make it smaller then, don't you, genius? Oh, okay, I see. I see. So, dry ice combined with this? Yeah, because we're breaking it up. Alright, the dry ice is all in pieces now. Dry ice crumbled. Combine that with this. I'm gonna put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle. Okie dokie. So now, let's... Warm water. Again, have to click on the door. Not yet, Junpei. We're not gonna get the result we want unless you can hook that bottle to the doorknob somehow. It's gotta explode right next to the ice on the doorknob. We need to figure out a way to attach the bottle to the doorknob. Okay, I gotcha. Do I combine this with... Oops, I just said combine. And let's just tie rope on here. Okay, looks kind of interesting, but alrighty. Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door. Junpei pulled out the water bottle filled with dry ice, let a good amount of water fall in, and then quickly sealed it up tight. The makeshift bomb complete. He tied it to the doorknob as quickly as he could manage in the cold. Alright. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now? We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own. A small rock. A small rock. Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the larger chunk he'd crushed earlier. Alright, this ought to do the trick. Here we go, boom time! He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burned, and grabbed the chunk of dry ice. And, actually that's where we're gonna leave this episode! Sorry we didn't accomplish too much. Didn't know we were gonna have to hear story time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye!